everybody, hello beautiful people. I meant to do this live, but my internet connection wouldn't work, so I just do the video and upload it later, so you'll get access to it. This is a mini mastermind class, our usual Tuesday mastermind class. It's a moment for everybody to stop running around, slow down, breathe in, breathe out, and just take a step back and see the bigger picture. Because we are rushing too much. I mean, we're just doing everything in a rush. We always stuck in this life wheel of doing so many things at once, and we're always late and there is so much more to do, and we never actually take the time to slow down and just see the things for what they are and just reflect on our lives and our goals, who we are, how much we've already achieved. Maybe sometimes it's just a good time to just slow down and appreciate everything you've already done, you know? So everything that you need is just right here, right now, together. Just this time, take this time for you. Take this time for you. It's less than an hour and it's just enough. It just is enough. We usually have a short meditation and then we just do some exercise or we just talk about stuff. And today I wanted to talk about the out-of-the-box lifestyle. I call it lifestyle because it can be a lifestyle. It definitely can be a lifestyle. It is this moment where you realize that actually you cannot think out of the box in only one area of your life. You cannot limit this out of the box thinking. When you start thinking out of the box, when you start thinking differently, when you start having this divergent thinking, at some point, sooner rather than later, you're going to have to do it in all areas of your life. You're going to have to drop all of your fears, all of the traditions, all of the conventions, and just go for it and flow. Like, accept to let it go and follow the flow. That's all. So I wanted to talk about this very specific moment when you just let it go and you accept that there are no rules to follow. There is nothing to do. You just have to be. It's like a really simple sentence. It can make you smile because it's just so simple. But it's more than what meets the ears. It's really more than that. It really truly means just being, simply being, and accepting that we are human beings on earth, just having an amazing life. We are alive, and that is enough in itself. We don't have to do anything more. There is nothing to achieve except if that makes you truly, genuinely happy. Like, that makes your inner self genuinely happy. Otherwise, you can just be yourself, be this amazing person that we know you are. And don't be afraid of being it. This authentic self. So I've been writing blogs. I had a quick live yesterday about that. Let's just quickly remember, what is thinking out of the box about? Thinking out of the box is not only for the creative minds, it's for everybody. I believe we all are creative. We just don't allow ourselves to be. We don't allow ourselves to express this creativity. We don't really trust that. We don't believe that we are. We just think that, oh, that's for like creative people, artists. I'm not. I'm really super rational. I'm really everything you want, but creative. That's not true. That's not true. I'm sure you were creative when you were a kid. I'm sure you had moments in your life where you had creative solutions, where you've been creative. Like, creativity is not just about art. It's not just about photography, painting, or drawing. It's about thinking. It's about not following what has been done so far. and not repeating the history. It's trying to think differently. Like instead of saying only two faces to the coin, two sides to the coin, you see the edge. And you can just train yourself to do so. You can just train your mind to watch and witness life and events, situations differently. And when you start to do that, there is so much pressure that goes off your shoulder. You just feel lighter. You just feel like you are good as you are enough. Like, you know, when everybody says, yeah, you are enough, that's enough, don't put pressure on yourself, you are enough. You literally are enough. I don't know if you've ever experienced that truth. Like, you know, there are so many great affirmations going on all over social media. You can literally see that everywhere. But, I mean, have you ever experienced this truth deep down within yourself? Like, truly embodying, believing it, implementing it in your life. Truly feeling that you are enough. You, the whole you, the full you, the amazing you, the messy you, the whole, like all of that you is enough. There is nothing else to add. You just have to release everything that you've added. You don't need that. You don't need to look always perfect. You don't need to have a perfect house. You don't need to have a perfect car. You don't need to have the perfect job. You just need to do whatever makes you happy and makes you you. That's all. So thinking differently is actually a funny thing, because when you take a closer look to that, it's not really thinking differently. It's more thinking genuinely, thinking as you are, thinking not like everybody else taught you to think. That's why it's called different, but it's not different at all. It's just you. It's just like genuinely you. You're not forcing yourself to think differently. You're just allowing yourself to think as you are, using all of your skills, your real skills. And this is a great point I wanted to make. It's just this moment where you realize that you don't have to do like everybody else. Like, I mean that. I genuinely mean that. You don't have to do like everybody else. And that goes from having a car, having a house, having the job, pleasing people, pleasing your family, assuming that your boss wants that, so you do that, assuming that your parents want you to have that job, so you get that job. All of these things, you just doing it, assuming what people want and expect from you. You're not always doing it from a place of alignment, from, like, you don't, it's not you, it's generally not entirely, it's pieces of you. Maybe you manage to like fit a few part of you in these boxes, but it's not the whole you. It's just like your hand, your arm, like piece of your heart, not the full you. So please, let's just try to raise and be genuine people, wholehearted, full and amazing and filled with great energy and great intelligence and great thinking, because it's a topic today. So, you know, I like to share my readings, and something I read today, I think it's particularly relevant to what we are talking about. So I'll do my best to read it. I'm not usually a loud reader in English. In French I do well, but I'll do my best. So it's from the book Osho, Living Dangerously, Ordinary Enlightenment for Extraordinary Times. I strongly recommend that book. It's everything that I feel is true, but put in words. So the work's already done. I don't have to do anything but reading it. It's brilliant. It is exactly what I think and feel is true about life. Meaning, we are just having construct feelings and thinking about what's supposed to be. what money is supposed to be, what a job is supposed to be, what society is supposed to be, what a family is supposed to be, what being parents is supposed to be, what being a daughter is supposed to be, what being an adult is supposed to be. All these things are just construct, are just picture we have in our mind, are just beliefs that are generally shared by everybody, but that doesn't make any more true. The only thing, and it is really scientific fact, it's not spiritual at all, we are just human beings alive on earth. Literally, we just like species. When you really take that step back so far, you just let it go of any pressure, because there is nothing to worry about. We are just among the lion, the monkey, the antelope, the cat, the dog. We are just beings, living beings, having life on earth, that's all. And then what we do with that is just up to us. Of course, we want houses because we are not really equipped to have a life outside. We don't have like the body to have a great life and to be able to live in cold temperatures or hot temperatures. So we build house because we are smart, we have this intelligence, this ability to create things, to have new ideas. So we build house, of course. We want to live, we want to eat, so we could generally hunt and pick up berries, but we realized that we could also have a few people doing that, and then other people do something else, like building houses, and we just swap skills. We swap like the building against a food, and that's how it all started. So when you just go back to that, this anthropology thing, we just see our story as human being, like literally everything else is made up. Everything else, like the promotion you want, the better car you want, anything else is just made up. Even how we raise our kids is just made up. You could do whatever you want. There is no real need to have the best school, to have the best job. There is no real need. It's just like you've been taught to, and you believe that because your family, your country, the society you live in believe that. But if you were raised in a different country, in a different area of the planet, I mean China or Africa or Asia, anywhere else, you would probably believe otherwise. You would have all the beliefs, and you would strongly believe that, and you will feel that other people that don't believe that are just weird, and they're not like completely finished. There's something missing in them because they don't believe as you do. So beliefs is really like a limited matter. That's why thinking differently is just about thinking genuinely. It's just about being true and just seeing things for what they are, being super rational. And this is the funny thing, you see, because you were thinking you were not a creative one. Well, guess what? To be creative, to have this creative thinking, this divergent thinking, you just need to be super rational. That's all. It's just being super rational. I mean, I really genuinely feel that I am being super rational when I say that we could do better as human beings, because I just see the bigger picture. I just see us on Earth, on the planet, damaging the environment, killing so many animals. We're just having an awful impact on Earth, and we could do better than that. We have an intelligence and abilities that other species don't have, and we're just not doing great good with that. We're just not using it at its fullest. So. I just digressed. But get back to what I wanted to say to you. This is part, like a few lines. Stay with me. The very word death gives you a shiver in the spine. People don't use the word death when somebody died. They say he has passed away. Just to avoid the word death, they say he has passed away, or he has been called by God, or he has gone to his heavenly abode. Tricky people. Just to avoid one single word, death, to avoid the fact that he has died. Because death can hurt you, that you have to die can hurt you. They say he has gone to a heavenly abode. Now it is perfectly okay, let him go. He must be enjoying the company of God. This is the situation. And people are deeply involved in their games. Somebody is playing the game of politics. He wants to become the prime minister or the president or somebody. He is completely absorbed in it. Somebody is absorbed in his money game, how to have more money, how to grab more money. And somebody is absorbed in holding knowledge. These are all games, and these games are invented by man to avoid real problems in life. These games give you a chance to solve things. You cannot solve anything in real life. Nothing can be solved because real life is a mystery, not a problem. Death is a mystery, not a problem. You cannot solve it. It is not a crossword puzzle. It is a mystery. It remains mysterious. You have to accept it as it is. There is no way to solve it, but through accepting it, you transcend. Through accepting it, a great transformation comes to you. The problem remains there, but the problem remains there, but it is no longer a problem. You are no longer against it. The very word problem shows that you are against it, afraid of it. It is the enemy. When you accept it, it becomes the friend. You befriend it. Insecurity is there, but it is no more a problem. In fact, it gives you a thrill. In fact, if your wife leaves you tomorrow, don't be worried about it. Let it be a thrill. Let it be an adventure. Nothing is wrong in it. If your son turns out to be a hippie, don't be worried. At least he has done something that you never did. You missed something he's not going to miss. Let him live in his own way. He has more life. He is more interested in real life than in your bogus game. You wanted him to become rich, and he has become a beggar. You wanted him to become a president or governor or some other nonsense, and he has become a sannyasin. Don't be worried. It is not a problem at all. You have given birth to an alive person. Be happy, feel thankful, it is good. And then it goes on. But can you feel that? Can you feel this truth? Can you feel how we just invented all that? We just invented all the problems we have just because it gives us a feeling of solving. We just feel that because of this problem we can solve things, and we feel useful, and we feel that we have control over things, we have control over life. Whereas there is nothing to control. You can just let it go entirely because, yeah, it's a mystery. It's something you cannot control. It's something you cannot entirely deal with in a way of solving and solutioning and feeling controlling, feeling so useful. And when you start thinking like that, when you start thinking like, all right, but like you just feel you open a door that can never be closed again. You open a door and you just move forward in a new path, in a new awareness, and you will never be able to forget that, and you will have to deal with it. So I'm sorry if from now on you just feel this awareness and you will have to deal with it. But I know you can. You can definitely deal with anything. This awareness, this moment where you realize that actually everything just made up. Everything has been invented by us. And therefore, we have more power over it than we believed and we thought we had. Since we just invented all these games, earning more money, being somebody, making a difference, being a good person, we just invented that. And this is what is making you feel so stressed and so down. Like, it is really pressing you down and putting you down and just feeling bad and feeling so stressed and feeling so angry and sad and all these depressed feelings that you can have. But remember, we just created all that. It is in your power to change the game, to change the rules. It is your life. You can just decide to see everything differently. You can just decide to see the edge on the coin, not just the sides. There never only two sides to every story. There's more. There is at least a third version. There is always a third solution to anything and everything. There are always more and more solutions to a problem than we could imagine. It's just that we don't allow ourselves to think that way because we just stay stuck in this game. We're like, oh, we just created this game and there is this rule and then I have only two choices. I can do this or I can do that. But what am I going to do really? I don't like any of the choices. But this is the rules. I cannot create a new one because this is not how it's done. I have to stay in this game, in these rules. It's not true. It's not true. You have the power to step back. You have the power to say, oh, okay. So, let's see situations. Because I've been through like many situations like this when I had to be super creative to find a way through the experience, through what was happening. I'm just trying to think about one that would be relevant here. Okay. I started working as a physio a few years back. I worked for 2 or 3 years. And then we moved to Germany with my boyfriend for a year or so. And I took that time off just to reflect on my life, spend time with myself. I really needed to know who I was, so I just took that time for myself. And then we moved to London. So there was a choice to make because London is super expensive. I still was in the middle of my decision, like I didn't work as a physio anymore, but I wanted the money, and if I were to live in London, then I had money because there is no other choice. My boyfriend will have his income, but London is again super expensive, so it was better to have 2 incomes to have a real nice life there. So at some point my boyfriend said to me, okay, you could just stay in France and let me have this year in London and then you join me. I was like, no, it's not what I want to do. I really want to be with you. Like, it's really the step I want to make, really have a life with you, so no. But then I was like, yeah, but what are you going to do? Like, you don't speak very well English. You're gonna have to find a job, but you don't feel like it. You could pass the equivalence for physio, but you don't want to work as a physio. So I could have stayed stuck here in the thinking and think about going to London, not going to London. And then I thought, okay, no, my choice here is to go to London. So, okay, just removed one part of the problem. Then once I was in London, I was like, what am I going to do? So we took a really, really small flat, the smallest apartment I've ever had in my life, in my entire life. I think it was about maybe 15 meters square or something. It was super, super small. But at least it was like one of the less expensive apartments in the city center. And I just decided to use my savings. I had savings from my work as a physio. They were meant to be there in case I had more taxes to pay. So they were like normally like useful. But I had a few savings, not millions, just a few. And I just decided, okay, here I don't know exactly what is going to happen, but I know for sure that I want to be there and that I trust that I find a solution. I have the resources. I know I can do it. I know that I won't let anybody down. I just feel like I want to be there. This is making me really super happy. So I just moved to London with my boyfriend. I just started spending my saving. Meanwhile, I started having a few babysittings and I volunteered in a homework group with kids. And then as my savings were really being spent so fast and so quickly, I started to think, okay, here we are. Again, you just delayed the problem's still here, what are you going to do? So I just thought, well, I get a job. I just need a job to have the money, the earning I needed. So I just thought, okay, let's do that. I will upload my CV and just find a place where to work. And I found a job in a bakery, like at the corner of my street. It was super easy to go. That was perfect. But see, the point in that story is I never let myself stuck between two and only two solutions. I always kept an open mind and thought that I could delay the problem first to give me more time and give me more time to find a solution. I didn't choose between two things that I didn't want. I get super clear and real about what I wanted, and then I went from there. I went from, okay, I want to get there, this is my choice, I need then to find a solution. There's plenty of solutions. Of course, I am a physio, but I could do any other job. So during my experience, I had waitress jobs or cleaner jobs or sales assistant jobs. Anything, because that was the answer to my problem. That was the answer to my situation. That was what I wanted. I was willing to take those jobs. Maybe less important job, or like it wasn't as impressive as being a physio. It maybe didn't pay as much as being a physio, eventually. But it was the perfect answer to what I wanted. I wanted to be in London with my boyfriend, and I was willing to do anything else, anything that it would take to be there. So whenever a problem arises in your life, keep an open mind. Allow yourself for a second to be clear with what you want. Allow yourself. This is super important. You cannot imagine finding an answer, finding a solution to a problem if you don't even know what you want, because then you will just assume you want that and you will just go from there, and that's not true. That will not help you move toward a good solution, a nice path, a nice direction. So get super clear about what you want, and then allow your mind to wander. Really, don't stay stuck about black or white. Explore all shades of grey. There are so many solutions you can have, you can choose. They're just things you don't want to, or you don't feel like it, or you don't think that would be a good thing to do, or you don't think that would be appreciated, or you don't think that people would expect you to do that, whatever. But it is super important that for any problem that arises in your life, you just do whatever you want. That's all the silver lining, like the highlight. So let's do that together. Let's just have a quick meditation. Short meditation, just to get us in the right mood, in the right mindset. During this mini mastermind class, I really want you to not think from your mind, but think from your heart, your inner self. So imagine there is really like a connection that goes straight from your core, your center, your inner self, your inner child, your heart, your soul, everything that's inside of you that is the real you. There is a straight connection from your inner self to your hand. Well, if you're lefty, your left hand, but I'm a right-handed. So to your right hand, to your hand, your writing hand. And this is the connection you keep, and just write the answer on your paper that is coming straight from your inner self. You just completely bypass your mind. You don't allow your mind to think to what would be the good answer. You don't. And I know you'll try, but you don't. That's why we do a short meditation before, so we just reconnect and realign to who we are, and you just stay in that mindset, stay there, stay in that place, and just allow your hand to write anything that feels right from your heart. Don't judge it. Alright? Don't correct it. Don't be like, oh no, that's not a good answer. Oh no, like somebody won't like it. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Just let it go, and then you'll see. You just unlock this deep connection with yourself, and then you'll start living a life. You start living a life from a place of alignment, from a place of authenticity, from a place of truth, rather than a place of what would be good to do, what would be the good answer, the right answer. Follow me so far? Amazing. So, sit comfortably wherever you are. Either cross your legs or both feet on the floor, if you're on a chair, sofa, on the floor, anywhere. Close your eyes. Release your hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. As you breathe in, you feel a flow of inspiration and power and love and light and everything that's amazing coming up. It's coming through you, all the way up along your spine and then above your head. That's just a big flow. And when you breathe out, again, an amazing light of that grounds you, that makes you feel steady and strong and present, that comes all the way down through you and to the earth. So inhale, it comes up, it inspires you, you feel light, you feel amazing, you feel graceful, and exhale, you feel grounded, you feel rooted, you feel present, you feel strong and steady. And again, inhale up and exhale down. And you can see yourself and feel yourself as a huge tree. And its energy comes along the tree. It's moving up all the way through the branches and the leaves, way, way, way above you. And then it's coming down to the roots, all the way down to the center of the earth, to the roots. And then up and down. And we just do a few more breaths like it. And just feel that something's unlocking within you. You just feel that every single pieces of you are coming together to make sense. And you can see or feel yourself for who you are. You feel that you are accessing a true version of yourself. You are being present, so present. You are completely aware. and you feel powerful, and you feel strong, and you feel inspired, and you feel creative, and you know that everything is possible, and you know that the life is amazing. Your life is amazing, and you can shape it in any way you want. It will be amazing. You have this complete freedom, and that feels so good. That feels so good. And again, you breathe in, and you breathe out, and you breathe in, and you breathe out, and you breathe in, and you breathe out. Now that everything's settled down, now that you are genuinely connected to who you are realigned. Grab your pen, grab your notebook. On the top of the page, write what the problem is. What situation, what events is bothering you? What's happening that is making you feel bad? That is making you feel not so good? That you want to change? That you want an answer to? Write it to the top of the page, and then below, write down everything you feel could be an answer. Let it flow from your heart. Let your hand be an instrument, a vessel from your inspiration. Write down all the possible and maybe crazy possibilities. Make it a page, really, not just one answer or two, like as many solutions as you can come up with. Write down all the answers, everything that's coming to you, pouring through you. Let's write it down on your paper. And you can feel that it's not coming from a place of strategy, of thinking. It's coming from a place of authenticity, of alignment, of truth. You're accessing here your divergent thinking, your creative thinking, your out-of-the-box thinking. And when you apply that to every single decision in your life, you lead an amazing out-of-the-box life. That becomes your lifestyle. And it's always accessible to you. It always is. We just forget to connect to that power, but it's always accessible. As soon as you slow down, it's there. You can ask yourself all the questions you want. You have all the answers. You know so much. You have an inner wisdom in you that knows so much. You just need to ask. You just need to take the time to ask. Here's a couple of more minutes to finish writing down all of your solutions. Crazy, serious, all of the solutions. Don't judge them. Not yet. Just let it go. And then when you're done, you can just release the pen. And I let you with this beautiful mindset, this amazing connection, this moment of truth and happiness and freedom and joy and peace and everything that just feels amazing, because it is exactly how you feel when you realize that you are enough and there is nothing to worry about. You are playing a game where you can change the rules, everything's accessible to you. And what I suggest to you is to look at all the answers you wrote and just first see if there is one that's popping, like really making sense to you, caught your eye. And if there's not, maybe there is a solution. This is where you can use your mind to really see how you can combine different things to let a solution merge, to let a solution arise from there and appear. I am never saying that the mind is not useful, that the ego should be erased. Never that. It's so much useful. It's so great that we have it. It's just not meant to be the leader of our life. We are meant to lead the life as who we are, and then just use the mind as powerful and amazing and great tool. So once you got all of your inspirations, don't be afraid to use your mind, to think about a strategy, to just think about what would be the great answer from everything that you wrote that was inspired. All the inspired ideas that you had. What can you come up with that would be the perfect solution to your problem right now? Don't be afraid to use every single pieces and part of yourself to build a perfect life that you want. And you don't have to do that only from your mind. You can add more sense and more you to your life. This is where you feel free and good. I wish you a wonderful day today. I send you so much love. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. And I'll see you next week. Bye bye.